Hello, my motor enthusiasts. Patricio O'Ward, the young Mexican marvel, is edging closer to his dream of joining Formula One. With an impressive track record in the IndyCar series, including 20 podium finishes and 4 wins, the lad is quickly becoming a force to be reckoned with. McLaren seems to be fostering a budding relationship with him, as the relationship with Alex Palou hits a rough patch. O'Ward's recent participation in FP1 at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix and subsequent testing have solidified his potential, posting times just shy of seasoned racers. Despite feeling like a stranger in the F1 paddock, his determination is palpable as he prepares to seize this opportunity with both hands. Yet, the question on everyone's lips is, can he successfully transition from IndyCar to F1? Only time will tell, but one thing's for certain: O'Ward is ready to put in the work to achieve his dreams. What a journey it promises to be, eh? Hello, fellow gearheads. You're listening to Enzo.
And I'm William, at your service.
If you're joining us for the first time, we're here on F1 Motor Fever podcast every day, talking all things racing. Don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on those notifications. Now then, let's go full throttle. Just to share with our listeners, all these fascinating insights about O'Ward's journey come from a piece I came across on the motorsport site, penned by Benjamin Vanel, dated the 27th of December, 2023.
Motorsport. Always a good source for in-depth analysis and updates in the racing world. But as you always say, it's crucial to verify our facts from multiple reliable sources, isn't it?
Absolutely. Ensuring accurate information is our top priority. Now let's dive back into the race. Patricio O'Ward, now 24, is making a name for himself in the Indy at McLaren. This Mexican has been racing for Aero McLaren SP since 2020, and it's fascinating to see his journey. He's managed to secure a spot in the top 5 3 times in the championship and has stood on the podium no less than 20 times, with 4 victories from 64 races.
Indeed, his consistent performance has earned him eligibility for the Formula One Super License. That's quite remarkable.
Absolutely. At the same time, he's been establishing closer ties with McLaren's Formula One division, especially given the strained relationship between the team and Alex Palou. O'Ward conducted his first tests towards the end of 2021, and his program is only getting more intense. He participated in the first practice session of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix and continued with the end-of-season testing at the same venue. Interestingly, his performance was just 0.269 seconds behind the best time set by Esteban Ocon.
That's an impressive show of skill and determination.
Indeed. O'Ward himself reported a steep learning curve from the start of the day till the end. He believes he's quite close to the limit, perhaps with a bit more to go, but he's reached a very good level where he feels he has control of the car. He's even been working on his neck strength over the past 2 years, preparing for what these cars are capable of.
It's fascinating to hear about the behind-the-scenes training that goes into preparing for this level of racing.
When asked if he feels closer than ever to a Formula One seat, O'Ward confidently stated, "Definitely. Every time you drive in the first practice session or in private tests, it equates to more time in the car, and it shows that somebody believes in you and is giving you this opportunity so that you are ready when that door finally opens." O'Ward's focus remains firmly on his current responsibilities in the Indy, as he stated on record. His goal is to secure a victory for McLaren in the Indy 500, a feat he yearns to achieve as he's been with them for 4 years. Transitioning to Formula One isn't just about having a bit of fun for him. It's about being at the forefront, accepting the challenge.
There's a beautiful ambition in that statement. But he's not oblivious to the fact that making a career in Formula One, coming from American single-seaters championships, isn't a common occurrence. Except for a few notable examples like Jacques Villeneuve and Juan Pablo Montoya.
O'Ward acknowledges this and concedes that it takes time to adapt to the different way of working and the distinct atmosphere in a Formula One paddock. He described the F1 paddock as more business-oriented, in contrast to the Indy, where he feels at home. He admitted to feeling like an outsider at times during Formula One weekends.
That's a candid admission, but it also highlights the distinct cultures in these racing formats.
Definitely. But the opportunities appearing in Formula One for Owood are a source of motivation for him. He describes it as more of an opportunity than a gift. His exact words were, "Opportunities you have to seize, gifts you simply appreciate." He understands that driving a Formula One car is great fun, but he also knows that he's worked hard and still has a lot of work to do to reach the level he needs to achieve in this different atmosphere.
So, it seems he's not expecting an overnight transition.
Absolutely not. He concluded by saying, "To have the same feeling that I currently have in the Indy, which is a second home to me, I still have a lot to learn." A humble statement, wouldn't you say?
Definitely. It's a testament to his realistic approach and willingness to continue learning.
William, any interesting nuggets about our sport in the world of social media?
Certainly. Let's take a look at a discussion started by user Racing5000. The post reads, quote, "McLaren F1 Jr. apologizes for liking anti-Stroll ableist tweet," unquote.
Oh, that set the cat among the pigeons, I bet.
It certainly did. User Halkatla replied with a touch of humor, quote, "And Lance himself probably has no idea what has happened because he is somewhere surfing," unquote. Then Rare Cow Chungus came back with, quote, "He probably went who when informed that this happened," unquote.
Cheeky.
Indeed. Kolek507 added a more serious note, discussing the professional implications for the driver in question. They say, quote, "I'm pretty surprised she didn't know how that affects the general perception of a driver. I guess she could find out that it's not right as soon as she has a tough season in any of the higher series," unquote.
Sound advice there.
Meanwhile, Minnesota Miracle Man defended Stroll's dedication to the sport, concluding, quote, "The whole nonchalant persona he has that makes people think he doesn't care is probably the best mechanism for tuning out the noise and keeping his head clear," unquote.
Interesting perspective. Any other notable comments?
Yes, user My Silver Burrito raised an interesting point about PR training, saying, quote, "We rag on FIFA, NBA, NFL, etc. for producing robotic personalities, but they at least have better PR training across the board," unquote.
True. It's a delicate balance to strike.
Finally, Emilo66 compared the situation to that of Dan Ticktum, calling it, quote, "the Dan Ticktum effect," unquote. User refuses to name thyself agreed, discussing Ticktum's squandered opportunities.
Well, social media can be a minefield. Anything else, William?
That's all for now. Quite an enlightening conversation, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. It's always interesting to hear different perspectives. Let's keep our fingers crossed that these young drivers can learn and grow from missteps. It's hard to believe it, but we're at the end of another episode of F1 Motor Fever podcast. We've enjoyed every twist and turn we've traversed today, discussing the gripping world of Formula One. Remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't lose track of us. We also greatly appreciate your shares on social media, in your chats, and maybe even at the pub with your mates. If you've enjoyed the ride, do let us know in the comments.
And don't you forget, we'll be back with more adrenaline-fueled discussions before you can say, "Lights out," and away we go. You won't want to miss it.
Thank you again for spending this time with us. It's been truly brilliant. We're already looking forward to our next excursion into the riveting world of Formula One.
And until then, as we say in this neck of the woods, Enzo Watts and William Turner, pedal to the metal, keep your gaze on the road. Our channel's content is pure gold.